Hello, Darren Alf here from Bicycle Touring Pro. I am up in the mountains right now with this strange looking bicycle. This is an electric bike. It's a folding bicycle, so it folds down if you're taking public transportation or you don't have a lot of room in your vehicle. You can fold this bike in half and compacts down to a very small size, travel with it very easily. You can ride this as a regular bicycle, you can ride this as an e-bike with pedal assist, and it also has a throttle, so you can ride this almost like a motorcycle where you don't have to pedal at all. The other cool thing about this little bike is that it comes with very wide, very fat, knobby treaded tires, which make this ideal for riding in off-road environments. So I've come to the mountains today to ride this electric bicycle in the dirt and the snow. So I'm going to be just testing this out. I'll show you how this bike works, and then in a moment we'll hit the snowy trails here in the mountains and we'll give this a ride. So before I show you how this thing performs in the dirt and snow, let me first show you how this bicycle works. And the first thing you need is a key. The bike comes with 2 keys, and you have to turn this bike on kind of like you turn on a car. So you take the key and you stick it in this slot, which is on the bottom of the bicycle, and you turn the ignition on. So now the battery is turned on. And once you do that, you come up here, and then all you have to do to turn the bike on is press and hold this button right here for about 3 seconds. Once you do that, you'll see the control panel here turn on, and then you're ready to ride. Here's a quick look at the handlebars on the bicycle. This is your control panel where you can see how fast you're riding, which is 0 at the moment. You can see what power setting you're in. So at the moment it's in power setting 1, which is the lowest setting. And to change this setting, you just click the plus here, power setting 2, power setting 3, power setting 4, or power setting 5. So there are 5 different power settings on this bicycle. Go back down by clicking this, and then you can see the overall distance that you have traveled on your bicycle. This is currently set to kilometers, but you can change the bike between miles and kilometers, no problem at all. The other thing up here is the bell. It comes with a little bell. There are 7 speeds on this bicycle, so there's no front derailleur down here. There's basically just one big chain ring, and you can't change the gear up front, but there are 7 speeds in the back of the bicycle, so you can see the 7 different gears that you can switch between, and then there's the big electric hub. So it's a very easy bike to ride. You don't have to worry about shifting gears on that front derailleur. There is also a set of lights that are built into this bicycle. You simply press this little button on the side here, press that, boom, and then you come over here and you'll see that there is a front light built into the bicycle. And if you come to the back, there is a rear light on the bicycle. So very nice that this bike comes with both a front and rear light built into that electric motor. Then finally on the right hand side here, there are front and rear brakes obviously, and they're disc brakes. So they're the brakes. And on this right side, this is the throttle right here. So you simply put your hand on here and you twist this. Whoa, I have the bike on, so it started to go. But you twist that, and like a motorcycle, the bike will take off. So you can ride this bike as a regular bicycle, or you can ride it with the throttle. Just a few other things worth pointing out on this bicycle. The bike has front suspension, so there are some shocks up here, but these are basically just spring shocks, so they're nothing like you're gonna find on a higher end bicycle. But they do absorb some of the little tiny bumps that you might, going over gravel and stuff like this, but for bigger bumps, these are not good at all. The bike has disc brakes, which are very nice. There's some reflectors on the wheels for safety. There's a fender on both the front and the back. On the back, there's a rear rack, which is kind of nice, so you can carry gear, a set of panniers, for example, on your bicycle. You could use this for grocery shopping or for camping trips or whatever. There's a kickstand, which is very nice, so you don't have to lean your bike over in the dirt. There's that rear disc brake and the rear fender and the rear light. Also, besides this bike folding in half, there's a handle right here in the middle, so you can pick up the bike super easily and carry it. It is not a light bicycle. It's pretty heavy, but the fact that they have that handle there really helps you out a lot when you do need to carry it. And down here, you'll note that part of the frame has this weird little thing right here. And this is so when you fold the bike up, you don't end up damaging this chain ring on your bicycle when you put the bike down and have it in its folded position. So it's nice that they've thought ahead and they're protecting the overall integrity of the frame by adding this little part down here, which protects your chain and chain ring on the right hand side of the bike. The other thing you'll notice here is that this bike has flat pedals. These are just, you know, cheap little plastic pedals. And they've added this little metal hanger right here, which kind of protects your rear derailleur should you lay the bike down on its right-hand side. And, you know, normally you would hit this derailleur and maybe bend it or something so where you can't change gears, but they've put this metal on here just to protect you a little bit. You know, when they design a bike like this, they're designing it for people who are kind of new to cycling, you know, you can tell. And so this isn't like the greatest bike in the whole world, but it's a cool little starter bike for somebody who wants an electric bike and who wants to go around town and do a little bit of everything. So very, very cool starter bike, I think. So here I am carrying the bicycle using that handle that's built into the frame of the bicycle. And that's very, very convenient. So now you're gonna see me folding the bike down and you're gonna see just how quick and easy this is to do with this bicycle. You fold the handlebars down, put the seat down, and then the frame snaps in half. You fold that back and boom, you're done. Really, really fast and easy to do. So here's the opposite. I'm gonna put the bike back together now. Handlebars snap up, the frame unfolds. That snaps together really quickly. There's kind of like these two metal parts that snap together in the frame area. Then the seat comes up, you tighten that, you kick the kickstand back up, and then you're ready to ride. So now I've pushed the bike out onto the snow and I'm just gonna test the bike and see kind of how it rides in this sort of an environment with these fat knobby tires. And the truth is, this bike performs really well on like dirt roads like this. I was riding in the mud and some ice. It did really well. And as long as I was on compacted ice and snow, kind of like you see here where a car has compacted down the snow, the bike performed really, really well. Here you're gonna see me make a left-hand turn, and because this bike has such small tires, the steering is a little sketchy, just especially in rough terrain like this where there's like bumps of snow and ice. You don't want to make a quick, fast turn on this bicycle, but otherwise, for normal steering, it steers just fine. So now I've pushed the bike into some deep kind of snow that hasn't been compacted down, and you can see that I've kind of gotten stuck. This bicycle does have fat knobby tires, so I wanted to test it in some really deep snow, and you can see me here going into an area where somebody has obviously like gone skiing or something before, but I got stuck. The snow was just too powdery, and as soon as I tried to ride out onto it, I was basically not going anywhere. So again, back out on the dirt and the mud, rocks, perfectly fine. Here's another like sharp turn over kind of bumpy terrain, and you can see how much I had to slow down. But on this sort of stuff, where the tire tracks have pushed down the ice and snow, performs really, really well. And here again is another sharp turn where I'm having to go really slow because of those small tires. And now here I am going uphill, and it doesn't look like it maybe on camera here, but I am going up quite a steep hill, and the bike performs excellently with that little motor in it, and I know why people like e-bikes now, because going uphill is so much easier. So here I am reaching the top of the hill, once again riding on a dirt road, and this bike does really, really well in this sort of terrain. You can hear that little electric motor as I'm riding. And then Off to the side of the dirt road that I was riding on, I spotted some snow that looked fairly compact, so I thought, oh, I'll push my bike over there and just test it out to see if I can ride on this stuff with these fat knobby tires. But as you'll see here, as soon as I get out there and I put my body weight onto the bike, nope, oh, nope, not gonna do it. The bike just sinks down into this powdery snow. So even though the bike does have these fat knobby tires, it's not a snowmobile. It doesn't glide over the snow in the way that you would think. You really need to be riding on snow that's been compacted down by either other cyclists or by a vehicle of some kind. So once again, just showing you some different angles here of the bike in action. Dirt roads, slightly compacted roads, gravel roads, snow roads that have a little bit of snow and ice on them, I think are great. But yeah, deep snow, this bike is not going to be able to handle it. Overall, a very, very fun bike to ride. I think the sort of person that's going to ride this is just a starter cyclist, someone who's new to biking and wants an e-bike that they can use in kind of all sorts of environments, but they'll probably end up using it just as a kind of commuter bike around where they live, to go grocery shopping or go on bike rides with friends.